Hey YouTube, this is just a quick review of the 70-200 G Master lens I have here for my A7 III. If you saw a couple of videos before this one about the camera, you know that I had the 70-200 f4 that I really wasn't happy with. I took it out on a shoot at like a swim meet with my nieces, and it was indoors, you know, your typical gym type lighting, and it just was very disappointing. It was hunting for focus and many different things where I just, like, for $1,500, I just was not happy with it. So I did return it, and I paid the difference here for the 70-200 G Master. And I know what everyone says, I mean, it is not a cheap lens by any means, but I've actually had a couple weeks now to use it, and I absolutely love it. It is worth the price tag that they're asking for. I mean, obviously I wish it was a little cheaper, but I look at lenses as investments. Camera bodies go out every so many years, but the lenses pretty much hold their value. So even if I were to sell this down the road, it's not going to be a huge loss. I take really good care of my gear, but I just want to say, if you were thinking about this lens and you can swing it, it is worth it. This is from your average guy. It's not just based on taking a couple pictures with it. I've probably taken over 1,000 pictures with it. I've been doing a lot of pictures with my dogs and lizards and things like that, and I did a birthday party with my niece at an ice skating rink. And even there, where the lighting wasn't very ideal, this lens was awesome. Some of the pictures I got there, I'll try to see if I can put some up from there. My family is really picky about not having my nieces online and stuff like that. So I'll try to find some pictures that I could use from other people that were there. I'm going to put a bunch of pictures up of my dogs and my lizards and things that I was taking pictures of. And I mean, if you like the very creamy bokeh in the back, this lens delivers. It's interesting. People say big complaint was not so much, I mean, the price is one thing they complain about, but the weight of it. And yes, it is a very heavy lens. At my niece's birthday party, I was carrying it around for a few hours, and my wrists did start to get a little sore. And I'm left-handed too, so you hold the body with your right hand, and I was actually supporting the lens with my dominant hand, my stronger hand, and it wasn't like it was like heavy. My wrist just started getting sore. I don't know what that was about, but it is a heavy lens. But after using it and walking around with it and taking pictures in the yard, taking pictures of friends at a lake nearby, you just get used to it. I know it's hard to explain. I mean, you wouldn't want to carry this around for 10 hours, obviously, but I honestly think for 3 to 5 hours, I think you could do it. I've just gotten used to the heft of it. I had a friend who has a Nikon camera, and her lenses are very, very light. I mean, one's a kit lens, and I don't know what the other one was, but those felt like paper compared to this. So I'm wondering, it's like, you just get so used to carrying around such a heavy lens like this, everything is just going to feel lighter. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing, but I've gotten used to the heft of this lens, and it's not that bad. It really isn't. So I like the heftiness of it. It feels solid. The focus is super quick on a number of settings here on the A7 III. So you let me know in the comments what you think. But I do want to say this lens is amazing, and it is worth, for me, I can't see myself ever getting rid of it. Speaking of that statement, I know I said the same thing about my 85mm that I got with this body too. I did return it, not because I didn't like it. I ended up returning it because I do want to start doing some events with this A7 III to start making some money with this equipment, and having the 70-200 and just a prime 85. Everyone says, and which is true, you need at least a 24-70 for a wide angle to do some sort of events like weddings and things like that. and I just don't have the money for something like that right now. So what I ended up doing was I returned the 85 back to Amazon, and I pre-ordered the new Tamron 28 to 75. Now I know some people say you losing that 4 millimeters in the beginning could be an issue. I don't think 4 millimeters is a huge issue. I mean, I can't imagine it's more than like 5 to 10 steps back, which isn't huge. It might even be that. So that's going to give me an awesome range to work on and actually start doing some event photography. I'll have something wide and obviously some decent zoom, and I think that's going to help me get my side business going quicker than you just need something with wide angles. So I will be picking up that 85 millimeter again. I meant when I said about it for the price. If I had it to buy it 10 times and dropped it 10 times, I'd buy it an 11th time. It's that good of a lens. I just needed something to get me making some money right now. So I will be picking it up in the future again.